Everyone froze when the couple grabbed her VIP seat and called security on her. But when the event host revealed who she really was, every single jaw in the garden dropped. Stay with me, this story will stay with your heart for days. If you love powerful emotional stories like this, make sure you subscribe to Black Inside USA, hit the like button and stay with us till the end. The sun glowed gently over the rolling hills of Crestwood Valley, the kind of place where the grass looked like velvet and the fountain sparkled like cut crystal. It was the perfect setting for the Crestwood Annual Investors Gala, an event known only to the most influential people in the county. But this year, the event had a new name whispered between tuxedos and gowns. The year the new investor arrived, that investor was Elaine Darrow. Elaine stepped out of the sleek silver sedan with the calmness of someone who had weathered storms and learned how to walk through them without losing her breath. She wore a deep burgundy dress that seemed to carry its own quiet power. Elaine wasn't new to success, but she was new to rooms like this. Rooms filled with assumptions, rooms filled with chandeliers and silent judgments, rooms where people's eyes followed her before their feet did. But today, she had been invited as a major investor, one who had quietly funded a project the entire community was celebrating, a new youth innovation center. She wasn't there to show off. She wasn't there for applause. She simply wanted to witness something she had helped build. Her assistant had told her she'd be seated at the front VIP table, right beside the event host, Oliver Preston, a respected philanthropist. Elaine scanned the beautifully arranged tables, roses, candles, and gold-trimmed cards that whispered luxury, until she found her seat card. Vertetfest, VIP, it was the perfect calligraphy, the perfect placement, the perfect seat, except someone else was already sitting there, a couple, elegant, polished, very comfortable, as if the seat belonged to them. The couple at the table. Elaine paused politely, giving them the benefit of the doubt. "Excuse me," she said calmly. "I believe this is my seat." The lady in emerald green, stylish red curls, glasses perched low, didn't even look up at first. When she finally did, it was with the casual surprise of someone who had been interrupted from a thought she believed was more important than anyone else's. "Oh, are you sure, dear?" the woman asked. Her partner, dressed in a velvet black suit, glanced at Elaine briefly before returning to his conversation as if nothing required his attention. Elaine offered a gentle smile. "Yes, the card says VIP, and that's my name on the list." "I think you might be at the wrong table." The woman in green lifted the card and examined it like a teacher checking a child's homework. Then she let out a soft, dismissive laugh. "Oh, sweetheart, this table is reserved for actual VIPs. I'm sure there's a seat for you somewhere." Elaine felt a quiet sting, not because of the words, but because of the tone. A tone that assumed, a tone that dismissed, a tone she had heard before, in boardrooms and restaurants, when people underestimated her before knowing her. But she stayed calm. "I'm actually assigned to this seat," she repeated. The lady smiled, but it wasn't a warm smile. It was the kind people use when they're pretending to be polite while pushing you away. "Honey, let me be clear, this table is for investors. People who helped make this event possible." The man beside her added without looking up. "Let her talk to the staff. I'm sure they'll direct her." Elaine's lips pressed into a line. Every eye around them began to watch. A spotlight she didn't ask for, but one she knew too well. The crowd whispers. At the nearby tables, whispers rippled like wind through leaves. Who is she? She must be lost. Maybe she's with the servers. Why is she insisting on that seat? A uniformed officer stepped closer, sensing tension. His presence wasn't threatening, just attentive. "Ma'am," he said gently to Elaine, "is everything all right?" Before Elaine could answer, the woman in green pointed directly at her. "Yes, officer, she's at the wrong table. Can you help her find her correct seat?" Elaine folded her arms, meeting the officer's eyes with quiet dignity. "I'm at the seat assigned to me," she said. The officer hesitated. The situation didn't feel right to him, but he needed clarity. "Ma'am," he said to the woman in green, "may I see your seating card?" Her smile thinned. "We don't need to do all that. Everyone knows I'm supposed to be here." Elaine exhaled slowly. She had never asked for a scene. She never asked for attention. She simply asked for the seat that was hers, the one she had earned not through appearance but through impact. The officer looked to Elaine again. "Do you have your invitation with you?" Elaine nodded. Yes. She reached into her clutch, pulled out her embossed gold invitation, and handed it to him. He read it once, twice, then his brows lifted in surprise. But before he could speak, a familiar voice cut through the tension. "Elaine, you made it." The host arrives. Oliver Preston, the event host, approached with open arms and a bright smile. The room shifted instantly, whispers turned into gasps, eyes widened, chairs straightened. He hugged Elaine warmly. The couple's faces froze. "Everyone," Oliver announced, "this is Elaine Darrow, the lead investor of the Crestwood Youth Innovation Center. Nothing tonight would exist without her." Silence, pure, stunned silence. Elaine felt the weight of the moment, but she stayed composed. Every single person at the table, especially the couple, had gone absolutely still. Oliver turned to them with a polite but pointed smile. "Ah, I see you found Elaine's seat. There must be a mix-up." The woman in green swallowed hard. We didn't know. The card just said VIP." Oliver shook his head. "Yes, Elaine's seat. She's the main guest of honor." Then he looked at Elaine. "Shall we sit?" But Elaine didn't move. Something inside her insisted she speak. Not in anger, not in pride, but in truth. She turned to the couple. "I never wanted anything more than the seat I was assigned," she said. "I wasn't here to cause a scene. I just wanted to celebrate what we all built together." The man looked down. The woman's eyes softened with guilt. "I'm sorry," the lady whispered. "We made an assumption." Elaine nodded gently. "We all make mistakes. What matters is what we do after." Oliver smiled, offering his arm. "Come, Elaine, let's enjoy the evening." The couple stepped away quietly, their earlier confidence replaced with reflection. The speech that moved everyone. Later that evening, as the lights dimmed and the string quartet played softly, Oliver invited Elaine to the stage. Spotlights warmed her shoulders as she walked up. Dozens of eyes watched her, but now with admiration, not doubt. Elaine paused at the podium. "When I was young," she began, "I was often told what rooms I didn't belong in. I was told to sit in the back, to wait my turn, to prove myself twice over." Her voice remained steady, calm, but full of emotion. "So when I saw my seat taken tonight, it reminded me of something. We all face moments where we're overlooked before we're understood." The room hung on her every word. "But I invested in this project because I believe in creating spaces where young people never feel that way. Spaces where they are seen, from the moment they walk in." Guests nodded, some wiping their eyes. "This isn't about a seat," she continued. "It's about opening doors for others. It's about reminding each other that respect is something we owe, not something we test." She ended with a smile that warmed the whole garden. "So tonight, let's celebrate not just this center, but the idea that every person deserves a place at the table." The applause rose like a wave, not forced but heartfelt. After the gala, after the crowd dispersed, as lanterns flickered in the evening breeze, the woman in green approached Elaine again. She seemed nervous, holding her purse with both hands. "Elaine, I wanted to apologize again," she said softly. "You didn't deserve the way we spoke to you." Elaine nodded. "Thank you, I appreciate that. I hope, maybe someday we can start over." Elaine considered her eyes. There was sincerity there now, not judgment. "Yes," she said, "starting over is always possible." The woman let out a breath of relief. As she walked away, Oliver approached with 2 glasses of sparkling cider. "You handled that with grace," he said, offering 1 glass. "I didn't want negativity to take away from the real purpose of today." "And it didn't," Oliver said. "In fact, your words made the night stronger." Elaine glanced out at the valley, where lights shimmered in the distance. She thought about her journey, every step that had led her here. Not to a table, not to a title, but to a purpose. She lifted her glass. "To the next chapter." Oliver touched his glass to hers. "To the next chapter, the legacy she left." Months later, the Crestwood Youth Innovation Center opened its doors. Children from every background lined up to enter, eyes full of hope, dreams waiting to bloom. Elaine walked through the finished halls, seeing computers, art studios, robotics labs, everything she had once wished existed when she was young. A little girl tugged on her sleeve. "Are you the lady who helped build this place?" she asked shyly. Elaine knelt down. "Yes, sweetheart, but you're the one who will make this place shine." The girl smiled, a smile full of the future. And in that moment, Elaine knew. The seat she fought for wasn't just a chair at a table. It was a reminder to the world, and to herself, that every step she took opened a door for someone else.